Well, very good morning. Declan from Elross Caravans. Going to take you through for a bit of a different video today. We're going to do a bit of a point of view walkthrough on this ECX F19 family caravan. So make sure you keep watching now. Alright, so we're going to get straight into it. Not much time on this one, so I want to make it quick, brief, to the point, still give you a little bit of value out of this video. So an ECXF, what's an ECXF? ECXF means it's our family Ranger caravan. Very, very popular line of vans that we created a few years ago now, and it was to cater to the market, especially over here in WA. If people aren't aware of us as a manufacturer, we're fully WA made. We manufacture everything in-house, right through from the chassis, the body, all of your interior design, electrical and other bits and pieces in terms of plumbing. So it's pretty much all done in-house, and we really hang our hat on providing bespoke quality at the end of the day to our client base. So this is an ECX F19, one of our more popular sizes in the family range, because there's another family van right there. But yeah, so the family van range has really proven pretty popular in this size because it offers the best of both worlds in terms of if you want a north-south bed or an east-west bed up the front, as well as having an ample living space and kitchen quarters as well with your galley, and then plenty of room down the back of the van as well for the kids and your bathroom, etc. So cracking on straight into this one, this has just been fitted with our standard toolbox, and we're now going to all of the toolboxes to be a flat finish, just in line with the popularity of our Raptor coating protection that so many people are taking up as an option these days. So yeah, so we're going to a flat version on the toolboxes. These clients have also spec'd a couple of jerry can holders there as well. And then you've got the 4 kilo gas rings on the front there as well. In terms of weights, what did this van weigh? It's a question we always get. So tare weight of this one, 2784, ball loading 170 on this one, with a 3.5 ton ATM rating. Now this chassis here could easily be rated for 4.45 ton if you so choose, but it just depends on the application of the client at the end of the day. So yeah, so just make sure that when you are contacting the team, some of the questions that they'll ask is, what do you want the van rated for? We can easily cater to any situation to suit your goals and aspirations as well. On that basis, we'll move further around this side. As we move around, we've got the power box on this one. Now these clients have actually spec'd in the Alpha Manager 100. So with the ECX F range, you'll get the off-grid package as standard, which comes with 675 watts of solar on the roof, as well as the Redarx BMS Manager 50. But these clients decided to upgrade to the Manager 100, and we put in an additional solar panel on the roof as well for them, just so they got a bit of extra feed-in power. And then in terms of battery systems, you've got a 400 amp hour battery system that is fitted as standard on the ECXF range. And you can also upgrade that and go to 600 amps if you so choose. But however, when you start upgrading your solar, it may be worth considering going to the R model for the additional costs there as well. And then also on all vans here, we also fit a solar Anderson plug on the front there as well. So you can just plug in a bit of extra solar feed in as well to additionally boost that, which is especially needed with the Manager 100. Here we have our filler box as well, a little bit unique to us. I've seen some other manufacturers start to emulate this sort of thing, but we've been doing it for a while now. Yeah, so just the filler box is there. So you've got your water pump on the outside, and then you can also then plug in your water tanks and mains pressure to that as well. Under here, as standard on the ECXF, you get two 120 litre water tanks as standard. However, these clients, as you'll see, I know it's upside down, but they've upgraded their tanks to 160 litre water tanks as well for their holding capacity. So that's one thing that you can also additionally option in. Like I mentioned before, Raptor coat has been produced on the side here, which is an additional option. And they've also gone for the Starlink pass-through there as well. Get a lot of questions about the vent that's up here, which is just a fridge vent. It's for the 12 volt compressor fridge. When you're in a tropical climate, gets a little bit hot, you might want to just have a bit of extra evacuation heat there as well, so you can open it up. So it's not something that you need to open up all the time, but it's there just in case. One thing I will mention as well in these videos as well, so we use a 12 by 300 window over the area of your bunk when you have a bunk caravan. Now, one thing I must impress on people is these smaller windows here, you'll see through here, these have a short plastic arm that lets the window come out. They break very, very easily. So if you do end up getting a caravan, and upon handover, we will go through to make sure that you know how to operate that properly, because that's one of the most common things that we see on these vans is the kids get in there and they can often muck around with those windows and quite often end up breaking the arm on them. So just watch out for that and be careful. Dual spares on the back is standard. These guys didn't go for a reverse camera, but you can option in a reverse camera. So it's one of the very rare vans that we've done recently where they have chosen not to do a reversing camera. In terms of the body as well, the body's a 50mm EPS panel, and that's on the roof and also the sidewalls of your van. And then in terms of the flooring, we use a composite floor, which is a one-piece 28mm composite floor as well. So in terms of thermal insulation, you're getting a fantastic amount of thermal capability out of an Elross caravan versus what else is on the marketplace from that perspective. In terms of moving around to the living space of the van, now we do get a lot of questions surrounding the air suspension. So we use air suspension right across the Elross range. So whether it's a premium R model or this more entry-level ECXF, you still get air suspension on both. So we use the XDF airbag for the ECXF, and the ECXF-R receives the ATX suspension. So the ATX suspension is this suspension just here. So that's what you'll receive if you get a R model ECXF. Now in terms of heights, we get a lot of questions regarding heights. So as a rough rule of thumb, don't ever look at PSI as a go-to. You can use it as a reference point, sure, but in most cases, atmospheric pressure, temperature is going to make the air more dense or less dense depending on the temperature largely. So what I usually say to clients is a reference point that you want to go off of is the top of the tyre to the chassis rail, to the top of the chassis rail. So you can sort of see that's about where it is now. So that would be considered, as a rule of thumb, generally pretty good in terms of a ride height. Cruisemaster do have pressure ratings, but they can vary depending on how much payload you're putting in the van and what the tear weight is the van is as well, and what the actual suspension's rated for as well. So that does vary, but always just check out what Cruisemaster's recommendations are as well, because that's very handy to know. We've got the entry door here, which is the Malenko doors that we use. They're a very good system, seals well and won't come open during your travel. In the tunnel boot here, they've just got a generous sized tunnel boot area, so they can fit a copious amount of storage options in the front there. And then we'll move on to the inside of the van now. So as we move in, it's an east-west bed on this one. You can option to go a north-south or an offset north-south, which is what my preference would be. But yeah, plenty of options there. Plenty of overhead storage as well in this one. And you've got your bulkhead up there as well. So these bulkheads as well open up to give you an extra amount of storage space down there. Sorry, the camera's not focusing correctly. And then these customers, one of the prerequisites was to have a very, very large straight seating area, which I think we've achieved in giving them. I think it's just over 2 metres, might be a bit more, 2 metres long. And then a Nova Mappa dining table. And then we move across to the galley kitchen here, which is a very generous size. No cooktop in this one, so that is something that you can request for as well, guys, is you can ask to have the cooktop deleted if you so chose. We find a lot of people are doing that these days because they're just optioning in to go for a portable one and put a portable one up on the bench top. We've got our 1X push button locks. So a lot of people say I don't show how they operate, but yeah, they're nice and easy. They look aesthetically pleasing, and they're very secure as well in their operation. These clients also fitted, so standard on all of our vans, you do get a carbon water filter, which is a best inline filter. You do get that as standard. These clients upgraded to a guzzle H2O system, which is found standard on the ECXR as well, so just bear that in mind that you can change a couple of things with that. They've gone for the microwave up top. You can spec that to go down into the bottom in the kitchen area if you'd like to be a little bit more safe. Usually with family vans though, we find that most clients like to keep it up higher to keep the kids out of the way from that as well. With the Red Vision, it's got the full Red Vision display screen there as well, and you can see that at the moment, because it's early in the morning, we're not really putting any solar in, and we're inside as well. Customer's got a couple of goodies there for delivery. Bushman 230 litre fridge has been spec'd in this one as well. So the standard spec is 190 litre, but you can spec this up to be a 230 litre if you like. In terms of colour scheme, these guys are going for the matte white, and then they've gone for a colour called Antico Oak on their bench top. And the floor, I can't really remember, so I'll be telling you a lie if I actually said what the floor colour was. Moving further down to the bunk section, so we've got 2 bunks. Oh, I do get questions a lot in some videos as well, why aren't you fitting the mat pockets? We usually do all the mat pockets, we fit them off when the delivery is, when the customers are in the vans, because we can actually then position them in the exact locations that you like, even though we put them on the production plans for sign-off. It's just one of those things that we can make a last-minute adjustment and it'll take a couple of seconds to fit off as well. Concertina door has been optioned through this section as well, so that does not come standard, but I think it's a worthwhile, we're not focusing properly. I think it's a worthwhile addition to try and fit into your van, is to have the concertina here. You get a concertina door across your ensuite area, so that is a standard. Turn this on for a bit more light so we can see a bit more and make it look a little bit more pretty. But yes, generous amount of space here in the ensuite area as well. And then we've got the Ogo composting toilet here as well. and then enough room for a nice vanity. Bench extension there across the back of where the toilet is as well, just for a bit more space. And then we've got our shower that's in here as well. And this one is an 850 by 900, so still getting a generous amount of shower space in the van as well. And then we've got the mirror door that's been applied on here, so I'll get my ugly mug out of the way. Yeah, mirror door onto this one is an option. And then in behind the mirror door, we've got the Kamek washing machine as well. So 2.5 kilo front load washing machine on the wall there as well, which you can option in to the family van. Very well requested option on most people's builds is the washing machine option there as well. A little bit more storage space under here. Got plenty of storage for underneath there. We've got the hot water system in behind here, and then plenty of other storage compartment space there as well. That really is about it. We've got the My Coolman 3 kilowatt reverse cycle air conditioner fitted to this. Customers also spec'd in a caravan. And then we've got the small 400 by 400 hatch on the roof. We've got a few Sirocco fans in this one as well. So Sirocco fans here, and then also a couple of Sirocco fans up the back in the bedding areas as well. And that really wraps up most of the features in this vehicle as well. Just the standard TV as well, and you can have the TV positioned in the design of your van wherever you like, so you just need to let the team know early days. These customers went for over the bed. You can put it there on the wall. I don't really recommend putting it in your kitchen area if you don't have to, but this one probably could have had that there with this layout, but normally if you've got a cooktop there or something like that, I'd probably steer clear of trying to make that happen as well. Plenty of storage space as well, because you've got underneath here as well, you've got all that storage space there. I'm not going to open it up, it'll take too long and too much time to do that. And then heaps of storage space under the front of the bed area as well on this build as well. So that really wraps up an interior and exterior quick run through of this van. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, a little bit time poor today, so I thought that we would just give you a bit of a quick whip around of what this van entails for anyone that's looking to get into an Elross and they want to know more about the family range. So that's a really quick snippet of this family van. Hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, any feedback, give us a yell, and I'm sure that the team will be happy to help you along your Elross journey. So until next time, see you later. Bye.